Now, most of you have actually connected with us on our social media handles and have asked us this question: when is the right time to quit your job and start farming? Can you take farming as your full-time hustle? So in this particular episode, we'll be talking about why you should not be able to quit, or rather you should not quit your job for farming. I'll give you a number of reasons based on my own experience and also other people's experience as to why you should not just quit your job yet to start farming. For those people who are new here, this is Africa Farming, a channel focused on new generation farmers and new entrants in farming who are willing to learn new farming practices. So take a second or two to subscribe, hit on the notification bell. If you want to link with us on our social media handles, Africa Farming KE on TikTok, a Thread, Twitter and Instagram, or Africa Farming on YouTube and Facebook. Otherwise, we are on a milestone to get to 10,000 subscribers, and I hope this video will make you be able to join the Africa Farming family so that together we can be able to reach that particular milestone. Now, what are some of these reasons why you should not quit your job to venture into farming? Number one, farming can backfire big time. Farming is not like a switch where you set on and the lights come on. No. Farming can backfire. Whatever you've planned can actually not actualize, for lack of a better word. Now, one thing is farming depends on a number of things. When you plant today and expect the harvest in the next, like for example, 6 months, there are factors in play that will enable you get the harvest. Now, if these factors are actually not consistent with what you had expected, your farming venture can actually backfire. So my advice is test the deep waters first before you fully venture into farming. Be able to know what can work and what cannot work, so that by the time you're quitting your job, your full-time job, you're able to know this is what you're supposed to expect. Number two, you need at least 6 months of saving in farming, because remember, as I've told you, farming depends on seasons. Most of the plants that we plant take around 6 months to be able to come to fruition so that you can actually harvest them. So within this 6-month period, I'm taking on average, there are those that take longer, there are those that take a shorter time to come to that maturity stage where you're supposed to harvest. So if within this period you don't have money to survive on your own, it will be difficult for you to continue that venture. So that's why I wouldn't advise you to quit your job just yet if you don't have 6 months prior savings. Farming will also, and this is also another point that we'll come to, apart from just the savings, there are other things that will come up in the course of your farming activities. So ensure that you have your savings in place. We recommend at least 6 months so that at least you might be able to see the harvest period. The third reason why you should not quit your job just yet is that farming is expensive. The inputs that you get to be able to plant your crops, even if it's just maize, even if you're just doing maize farming, you will need money. Number one, to buy seeds, buy fertilizer, buy water if let's say you don't have water and all that. And these will actually, some of these things are actually consistent, like you have to be buying them on a regular basis, like water. If you don't have your borehole yet, and if you do have a borehole, you also need to maintain that borehole throughout this particular season, meaning when you're setting up your irrigation systems from the borehole, you need the maintenance and all that within this specific period of time. So it is actually an expensive affair. So if you've not yet planned yourself well, it won't be the best time to quit your job to start farming, because inputs are expensive. Before you see the results or the reward from farming, you'll have actually carved out a lot of money. So it is an expensive affair. Number four, farming is a project. In one of our videos, we talked about farming being a business. And what do you do in any business before you start? You have to do your research, you have to collect data, you have to know where the market is and all that. So when it comes to farming, farming is a project. It is not a one-time thing, it's a project. And what do you do when it comes to a project? You have to do research, you have to collect data and all that. So if you quit your job today, the first thing you're going to do in farming tomorrow will not be to plant, it will be to do research, and it takes time. Collecting data from here and there, especially if you want to be a commercial farmer, it takes time. You have to learn some of the best practices to use in your commercial farm, whether it's livestock or crop farming or even mixed. But at the end of the day, you'll take some time to do research, to collect whatever data that you need and process it into the information that you want so that you can use it in your farm. So that period of time, you will not have anything in place to do. So if you quit your job, then where are you going to get the money to sustain you during this research process? So these are some of the reasons why you should not quit your job yet to venture into farming. I'm sure you have many other reasons for those people who experienced farmers. Kindly go to our comment section and share with us and some of our viewers some of the reasons that they should not quit their job to venture into farming just yet. Remember, set your goals and ensure that the objectives that you have initially have a plan so that by the time you get into farming, all these things are into place so that you don't get to a point where your farming activities will come to a halt before you get to the harvest and selling of your produce. And that's it for us today. If you have any questions or you have feedback, kindly connect with us on our social media handles at Africa Farming KE on TikTok, Twitter, Thread, and Instagram, or Africa Farming on YouTube and Facebook. If you want to link with us on our WhatsApp number, it's actually on the description section. You'll actually be able to get our number. Otherwise, for now, I wish you all the best. Stay peaceful, stay awake, and always remember to changamka na ukulima. Bye-bye. Yes.